Okay, the next step is we are going to reduce these exactly the same way. Now to do that, what I'm going to need to have is I'm going to use 1 as my axis of rotation, but I need all these middles to be exactly the same. So that's what I'm going to work on next, is making sure all these are the same. So I'm going to go ahead and put in all my whites. It's good that this white one is over here, but here's a white one over here, and put another one here, turn it, whoop, yep, no, that's fine. Turn it here. Here's another white one. Whoop, got to safely turn it. Now this is going to be a problem because I can't safely turn it. This is sort of stuck where it is. So if I were to turn this out, I kind of need more blues over here. So I'm just going to turn this like so, and turn. Now my whole goal with this is to safely move this white one out, because really what I want to do is I want to start positioning these where they're supposed to be. So I'm going to go ahead and go like bang, so that I can safely take this out. This takes this out of the field of action here. And now I can just put it anywhere here. It doesn't really matter because I can eventually move it to there. Other whites, this comes here. And the other white here, here, and here. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do here is place this so that this is where it needs to be. So now I know this is where it has to be. To save time and to save issues for the future, maybe what I should do is start working on putting this silver and blue one over here. Yeah, so this has to move here, so I got to get a silver one here, but the only way that's going to happen is if I move it from here. So let's do this. Let's surround this blue one by greens so that eventually this can move up here. Okay, now that that's moved up here, let's move this into position so that we can move this down and then keep it there. And now put silvers everywhere else. Turn this here. Turn, turn, and turn, turn. Okay. Now that I've done that, I can move this in this position here, bearing in mind that this is now out, and these two have to be placed eventually. So, turn this here, and this is in. Okay, now what I'm going to want to do is get this back in. The whole key here is that these are matched up, and these are matched up. If we can just maintain that position, then we're okay. So now we're going to move this, say, here. So this can come here, this can come here. Green to green, blue. Let's see if we can find a blue one here. Here's a blue over here. And this will have to be another blue one as well. Okay, so here's my reasoning with that. I still don't want to knock this out, but I want to put these back in. So I'm going to turn it like so. Okay, now this has to turn back, but these... so basically what I did is I turned it like this to put these two in. These have to turn back, so this is going to go to here, which is good. This is going to go to here, which is good. And I just have to find another blue, which is here. So that's going to come like here, here, turn, turn, and then turn. So let's watch the sparks fly. This turns back, and there it is. All right, so it's just a matter of positioning, but as long as I get these two in and these two in, then I'm okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start filling these once again with the white sides. It doesn't really matter what goes where. It still should be set up pretty well. This goes here, and this goes here. Okay, now it's just a matter of putting these guys in, and that's going to be my next step. So same thing, exactly the same thing. silver to silver. So let's find a wayward silver here, or an inner silver. Right over here. We're just going to be very careful with how we're moving things. We want to keep these in position, so I need to move this up to here. So just kind of move it any way you want. We kind of went through something like that with the white Eden cubes, where you're just basically, if I wanted to move this to here, I'm just going to move it up, bat it back, move this down, bat it across, and then I have that up here. So that's how you do that. Alright, so over here, let's say I want to move this one up. Same kind of thing. Move it in, bat it out, here, here. I just have to make sure it's a non-banded side. So this to here, this to... Let's find a inner yellow right over here. So this needs to move to here somehow, and just kind of move it any way you can. Now, we don't want to move it through here, so we're just going to kind of go around the world here. Try to find our place. And it's not too difficult avoiding areas that you really shouldn't be playing with. Alright, so this is here. Now, because this is in the same plane here, we're going to go 1, 2, so that's here. Move it across, 1, 2, move it back. And we didn't mess anything up. So now we need to find a green one. It's going to be here. 1, 2, turn, 1, 2, back. And finally a blue. And there's one over here. So we're going to want to make this journey like so. Avoid these guys. And move it in through here. Whoop. See? Can't do it that way. So we have to do it some other way. We have to move it in without moving this. So I'm going to turn this like here, 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 and here. Alright, so that's pretty good. And then turn. So as you can see, as long as we get at least 4, then we're doing okay. Don't worry that you batted this out. As long as it's in the same plane, it should never leave. So that's going to be fairly easy to put back in. So let's look for a light blue piece over here. And now dark green over here. Another light blue, which will be over here. Okay. And another dark blue here. So we're hitting those blues pretty hard, but luckily it's early on, so whoop, see what I almost did there? Okay. So this has to make it to here, but safely, so I gotta move it in like this. Just like that. Okay. And turn. So we hit our blues pretty hard there. Okay. Okay, so I think we've got it down to the last couple of corners here. So what I'm seeing is this can move to here, which is good. This can move to here, which is good. This, if we can find a blue one, it might actually be over here. So we might be down to the last few. This actually is not the same color. This isn't a yellow and this is a beige. The other yellow and beige is here, so I can't move that. So what I'm going to want to do so that I don't mess anything up is when I turn this, I'm going to probably want to put something here that will be a good kind of go-between. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill some blues over here so that I can put this blue to here and this blue will end up with a middle over here. So that's kind of a trick that you can use to help through those situations, especially towards the last few. So here's one over here. Let's find another blue to put in over here. And how about this one? So yeah, we can move this like so. And just roll it in. Alright, so on doing that, this gets turned and everything here is in. So that's pretty good. Now we have to move these guys in, move this in. So we'll just move this up first off. Okay, now we're going to want to move the other one in. if I can find it. So the other beige and yellow. The hardest of one's the spot. We're right over here. Okay. So let's lop this guy in right next to it. Being sure to stay away from the bandaged sides here. Okay. So this has to move up to here without moving it from here. So turn, turn, turn. So in order to do this, if the yellow is going to move to here, or actually if we made it to where this beige is going to move to here, this has to be surrounded by yellows, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So turn, 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 turn. Let's find some more yellows. There's one here, but we can't turn it quite the same way. So let's blast it out like this. All right, one more over here. How about this guy here? 1, 2, turn, 1, 2. And turn this back. Okay, so now we just make our turn. It's a little hard for me to see. I think we got to turn it this way. Okay, so take my word for it, this is all in. So now all of these guys are in. So all these guys are where they need to be. All of our inners and outer edges. So basically, this has now been reduced to a Megaminx with all the different shards in. Now recall that what we wanted to do to get it set up is we need to make sure that our bandage edges are in place. If not, it's going to cause no end of trouble. So let's go ahead and put in, all of these have to be of the same color. So let's make a nice little star with another yellow one over here. So where's the other yellow one? Here's the other yellow one here. So I'm going to fill in the outer edges here, the corners here rather, with that star of the same color. Okay, the reason that I'm doing that, aside from looking real pretty, the reason that I'm doing that is I want to make sure that this is moved to the proper place here without taking everything out. So this is going to serve us well being in this position, and you're about to find out why. Let's do the same thing, make sure that this is in. So we had to kind of coordinate that, do a little finagling to make sure that that happened.